Hello everybody, welcome back to a familiar scene in Umber Bay in City Skylines, where we have another tidal wave coming. We're not even fully repaired, we're close. We are actually really close to fully repaired, but we have another tidal wave coming, so let me get all this fixed real quick. So we'll play it. If I can find my keys. Nope, further over. There we go. Oh, we're so high up, though. That's part of the reason. As it moves in very, very slowly, we will speed it up. Though, we'll see how well our defenses, which are actually they're almost empty. They do still have quite a bit of water, but they are almost empty. See how well, though. These can actually get rid of a... actually, I'm not going to repair those. I'm going to see if they can be... You know what? I guess we will evacuate everyone. This is probably the reason that I jumped up so high in my population, too, is because the evacuation, I'm guessing. Let's just make sure everyone's not anywhere where they can get hit by this. This is half the size of the other one, though. So it is only a 4.4. So I'm guessing that the... Oh yeah, that's only about the same size. Maybe a little higher than the breakwaters. So we might actually be able to stop it with this if the elevation difference is large enough.
Residents should avoid roads and waterfronts.
We don't have a lot of money, though. We cannot have the evacuation thing going for very long on this.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days.
But let's see how well these can stop this tsunami. Yes, because it's not going to get, it's, as you see, it got over the hill last time, so that's a size comparison right there, is that it was able to get up over the hill with the other one. Yes, I know it's hitting, and this one doesn't even make it up the hill, although it is still high enough to severely rock this side. Maybe we need more of these secondary ones out there, because the water rate here does seem a little bit lower. Not much, but it does seem to have caught it does seem to have caught a lot of the tidal wave. Not that that matters, because remember, it is a moving water spawn. Basically, the reason why it stopped is because it had to go down and up, so that's why you got this like little bubble right there. But it's going to annihilate most of the city nonetheless. So how does it affect these things? They are really tall, so I don't think it would take like a... Yeah, it would take like a 9 or a 10 to annihilate that. We are slowly running out of money. Remember, if we run out of money, that's game over too, so... You know what? I can't hold everybody in. We can get more people. We'll let them out. Not to mention, I don't want to click the error button any further. So, but we do have a lot of stuff that's immediately rebuildable over here, which I'm going to actually get started on, because the waves do not go backwards, remember, so... Nope. No, cancel. I did not mean to remove you. Or not to remove you, but to move you. A lot of the buildings did stand through that wave too, which is a good thing. So, which means that we won't have as much rebuilding, even though the police station did fall down, which is a little irritating. And it looks like primarily around here, only the parks got demolished. I need taller parks. Parks that can survive tidal waves. One building right there does seem to have gotten caught. But if we work through this quickly... I wish there was a button like that you could just click to rebuild, because it takes so much time to move the mouse cursor. Let's do this how the disaster response unit should be doing it, just focusing on one area before they move on to the next. They really do bug me so much that they don't do that. Oh wow, we can actually rebuild that immediately. Means no one was there. Maybe that's why the evacuation doubled the population, is that it kind of was like, okay, the people here went into the evacuation, but it didn't subtract the count of people out on the street, because I could imagine that it doubles or it mirrors the count of citizens. Like, it'll take one and then delete one from the city. So because they can't be out and about and able to use their normal logic, so I would guess that that's what happens in that case, and that's why the and that would very well explain why we got up to, I think through the blur I saw 104,000, which would have been actually double. And I'm not sure because it was really blurry, remember. We are making money though, which is good. But I think through the blur that's what it said. I'm not sure if there's any way to clear that up, but oh gosh, all these parks. And it does cost money to repair too, remember, so it's a lot of money that we're having to spend just to get the city back up on its feet. It looks like some of the parks, though, actually did survive, which is very nice. Although it looks like we lost quite a bit of industry. Quite a bit of industry. That's fine, because we had a demand for industry, so. Rebuild. But yeah, I think we're only going to have to repair the shores. I don't think even Hilltop Heights should have been terribly affected by that. Maybe the tram station, but I would think that would be the most of the destroyed stuff. A lot more stuff over here actually fell. I think a lot more of this is low density though, which would explain why it fell. Gosh, how are we oriented that we have more buildings done? Oh, that's right. The butting up against Nautica shores. But considering that so few of the parks actually got destroyed, means that the disaster relief people will be focusing much more getting houses up, which means that we're not going to lose as much money. So our income is about matching what it is costing to repair all of this. Why is the present costs and the past tense cost? Like, the whole ED thing is there for a reason, right? In the English language. Oh, you want to know another weird thing? The whole I before E thing doesn't apply to weird, which is really weird for the word weird. If you want to really get meta about the English language. But anywho, let's just... I really do need like an auto rebuild. I don't need it attached to auto bulldoze. It could be just rebuild. That way I do have auto bulldoze off, right? Yeah, okay. Oh, that's right. I never returned it back on. Wonder how many buildings require bulldozing that haven't been bulldozed in forever because it's in the sea of collapsed buildings, of which let's keep the game going, of which I would not be able to see because collapsed looks very close to abandoned. I do believe abandoned buildings do eventually rezone. It takes longer though. Basically if you bulldoze it, it's like 10 times, 100 times faster kind of thing, depending on how fast you catch it. So, but anywho, all these parks got annihilated, along with actually all the tiny buildings got annihilated too. So, oh, come on. But if we beast through these, maybe we can keep our profits decent. Losing 1,200 though, which is quite the loss.
Citizens are advised to stay.
It is fluctuating too, and it's based on the water around the city and such, because we do lose money during rainstorms still, because the game wasn't... The water dynamics are very odd, and so Rainfall has a hard time ensuring that buildings don't shut down so easily. The mod creator has done as much as he can to try to make it so that it doesn't do it as bad, but just the water physics are really weird, and it's really hard to do because, come on, let's get in there.
A tsunami has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
Gosh, there's a lot of little parks in there too. Ooh, we can rebuild the hospital immediately. See, that is an important building. That is one of the things that should be put up or put back up immediately. Did I not go through here? The disaster relief people must be working. Makes it sound like they don't work. Ooh, yes, we do want trash. Yes, let's collect the dead. There is still quite a bit of water hanging around here and there, but for the most part, it looks pretty... pretty good. Of course, all of here is destroyed. This was nothing but low density, and low density is not tall enough to survive tsunamis. Even the smaller high density does not survive. No, there's something else right there. But this is our first look of how much damage was happening this far out. because we did start repairing immediately. And actually, if we look over here, this breakwater seems to have worked magnificently. There's not much over here that is actually destroyed. Yeah, if you look over here, there's not a lot that's destroyed. I saw something. Here it is. We have a couple parks in between, but for the most part, it looks like most of Nautica Shores was actually saved. So, yeah, I guess the breakwaters did have an effect, because, at least to some degree, because yeah, that's not bad. We didn't really lose anyone in that tidal wave either, which is really nice.
A tsunami has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and water.
But yeah, let's take a look at Hilltop Heights. It got a little bit of the southern area right here, but as you see, everything is pretty much just fine. Rebuild that. We got some more stuff coming in. It looks like the ones that took the brunt is Kelp and Nautica Shores. It looks like almost everyone else was fine. Even if we look up at Umber Bay, I think there's one more place that actually needed repair in general. So yeah, the wire didn't even get up there really. It did get to these guys, unfortunately. But nothing down here, so I think that still needed to be repaired from the 8.8, so I'm not going to include that. Trash would be nice. Rebuild. Oh yeah, can they? That's a good question. Can they get out? They can, because they can change wherever they want, right there and right there. Okay. Just ensuring that the trash can actually go around to how it wants to. Yes, the book bank would be nice, especially for getting everybody's happiness up. There's another one just right there. Anywho, it looks like we are losing money still. We've lost 100,000-ish, a little over 100,000. So we are losing money still, which is bad. Because we can't lose that much more before we start having bigger issues. So, yes, collect the dead. Make happiness. Don't worry. Be happy. I'd love to, but my city's destroyed. Yes, trash would be nice. But it is rebuilding a lot faster. Just, there was less damage. There was a lot more that was immediately rebuildable. So, it's actually not terrible. Thankfully, it was only a 4.4. If it was another 8.8, yeah, that would have wrecked the city. Because we lost over half of our money trying to rebuild. That would have been it for the city. If it was another 8.8. So, anywho, it looks like we are leveling out here. Just rebuild some of this. Yes, get the important buildings up, please. But yeah, like I said, so most of the stuff that got destroyed doesn't need the attention of the disaster response unit. So, yeah. And actually doesn't even need my focus too much because, though yes, a lot of parks, actually a lot of the parks I was able to rebuild. So, just a few things, like the police station. The fire department stayed standing, unless I repaired it. My instantaneous memory is kind of crap. Sometimes I have to lock my car. Sometimes more than once, because I couldn't remember if I locked it or not. And not like OCD, where it's like I have to lock it multiple times, but like sometimes I'll like walk 15 feet and I'll be like, did I lock the car? And so I'll turn around and hit the lock button. Sometimes again, in the case that I had already locked it, because I just don't remember sometimes. It's nice to have a habit. It's very bad to have a habit of which spontaneously breaks. So, because I always lock the car. Why wouldn't you lock your car, you know? But, you know, so the brain is weird. Yeah, for the most part, the city is back up and running. We did lose another 50,000 though in the few minutes that we've been repairing from the last check, which is actually incredibly bad because we do need to be making money, because if a disaster hits like the tsunami, like another tsunami, then the city could be very much so done for. So we do need all of this back up, please. At least it was light enough that the disaster response units are having a much easier time going around. Maybe we can get auto bulldoze in here too, eventually. But yeah. Anywho, let's take a look around the city. Bastion City actually still had stuff that needed repairing. This is not from that tidal wave. As you see, because there's many repairs much deep. We do have some abandoned buildings, which is why we need auto bulldoze back on. Because we have a lot of... Well, we don't have any RCI either, though, so... What's the matter? I've never seen these. Not enough raw materials. Yeah, probably because the city is strapped. We still have this issue, too, of just cars lining up endlessly. So... Well, not endlessly. You can... Oh, maybe endlessly. See these cars that are moving slowly? They're rendered in, but they're not moving. Which means that the line does go back that far. Oh dear. That is actually very bad. It's all because they're just using this one lane. I can't make them use multiple. And it irritates the crap out of me. Are they backing up because of that? No. Traffic is moving pretty well. Although so many people jumping off at the same time. And why are they disappearing? Does their need expire? They're not going around this just to get back on, are they? Well, if they are, then it's clearing up the traffic a little. I think they are. Okay, why are they doing that? Let's take a look. Well, I moved this lane so it gets over one. This comes over one, and then it goes just straight forever. Okay, this one can go over right there. That should solve the problem. If you really need to get over, you can re-merge up there, but no sooner. And that should solve this problem, even though it is actually getting the traffic to move. Really? Really? Another disaster? Where are you? Oh, you're not even going to hurt anything. Okay, so we're not going to care about you. Gosh, making me have a heart attack. Anywho. Let's unpause it. Let's get some of these rebuilt. We have made some money back, so that's good. It's because I haven't been repairing probably, but... not that there's a terrible lot to repair. Like I said, most of it's actually structures. Just like residential and commercial and stuff like that. So, other than over here, which there were a lot of parks that got annihilated. Rebuild.
A sinkhole has occurred somewhere
Can't
in the
even
city.
see it. It's
Stay
on
on
top of a
guard
mountain
today and
too, so
contact
it's like...
authorities with any information.
Oh, by the way, I want to argue that
Meteorologists
sinkholes
are issuing a
in the
thunderstorm
mountains
warning for the coming
aren't
days. Citizens
actually
are
a thing.
advised to stay indoors.
Like, if you look at soil layers and stuff like that, mountains don't typically have the correct soil for sinkholes because it requires, I think, what was it was a like a it requires consistently flooded, I think, limestone caves because it needs a chemical breakdown of the rocks, and mountains just don't have flooded caves because they're mountains. All the water leaves the mountain. So sinkholes technically can't exist on mountains, and it bothers me that there are sinkholes on the mountains. Actually, you know what? To ensure that we don't get hit by most stuff, if I buy up all of the areas, it would be, because it's a likelihood. It's like, in the purchased area, pick a spot to have this event happen. If we buy up all of the areas, then the likelihood that any one spot would be struck would be very, very unlikely. Or any one spot that actually had a city would be very, very unlikely. So, police station. I saw one down here. Don't lie to me. I saw it. Or maybe it's these. Another thing I hate that I love that Yen Yang, the author of the Rainfall mod, did was that buildings do not get the kind of luxury bonus of a river when it's raining. So like these guys over here, they're complaining that the area looks bad, and primarily because, or low land value, but they are having some issues with police. The police do need to go around. But because, and only because, the water line receded from the tidal wave. It's like, that's not correct. That should not be correct at all. People should not be happy that there's water outside their house because of a tidal wave. They should be happy that there's water outside the house because it is a river or such. Anywho, so this is like 4 episodes of just disaster after disaster and me having to repair. Not even being able to focus on anything in particular because our RCI has been just crap. We can't do anything until the RCI fixes. So, oh, that's right. This is our little interchange area. I was like, ooh, there's just a tunnel coming out right there. So leave in the comment section below, actually, your opinions on whether I should build up to 55,000 people before I buy my next area, or should I take the glitch as a sign from whatever greater being you guys believe is out there that I should just expand the city rapidly and aggressively and just to every corner of the map. Because I'm not sure what to do about this. I feel really conflicted about whether I should I should use this good fortune and grace to expand the problem that we were running into. We'll eventually expand it, and if we run out of areas to be able to put people, to see if we could make it to that, like in the normal game, I will expand anyways, because there is a map I'm wanting to play on next, but it's still being made, and I don't want the author to rush it. So I'm more than happy to keep playing this. Although now that I think about it, I do need another train set in here to transport goods. Although I can put those underground, so I'm not going to worry about that. Anywho, that will be about it for the episode. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. It was a lot of me just doing that, rebuilding parks and stuff. But it was kind of exciting to see that Tsunami try to put the final nail in the coffin, which we managed to survive, so it did not. You right there. But do subscribe too if you're not already, to catch the next episode as it comes out. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please leave those in the comment section below, and I will catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and have a good one. Goodbye.